Hey guys, it's Nix here, and long time no see. I guess I just kind of lost momentum for making videos, but I would like to get back into it. So I'm going to start with doing the BJD Journey Tag just to kind of reintroduce myself since I've been gone for so long, and as well answer a couple questions I got asked on Instagram. So let's get started. Question number one was, how did you first find out about BJDs? Which was a very similar question to what I was asked on Instagram by Goodbye You, Hello Me, who is a good friend of mine, and she asked when and how did you get into the hobby. I got into the hobby, well, I found out about the hobby probably about 12 years ago. I was at a anime convention and a stroller went by me with dolls in it, which so happened to be BJDs. My sister actually found out what they were called for me, and ever since then I delve in head first. I was always on Den of Angels when I first found out about them, and was always looking at new companies and dolls. I basically just found out what they were called and went right in there and haven't looked back ever since. Question number two, what was your first BJD? My first BJD was actually this lovely lady. She is a Doll and Doll Lauren, not a very popular or well-known company, but I got her in 2009, and I'm glad I still have her, but I don't really post her that much because I feel like she needs a lot of work. Just like I've grown in the past years, it's kind of time for her to grow into a new self, I suppose. And I'll probably start that by getting her a new body eventually, and she will turn into my ultimate project by the end of her journey. Next, we're going to do question 4 and 5 together. It's, in what way do you explore your creativity in the hobby, and how did you get started doing this? I initially got into, or really wanted to get into the hobby to bring back my my writing passion. I used to write a lot, but over the years it seems like that isn't the best way for me to get rid of this writer's block I've had forever. So I've also explored creativity in photography. BJDs got me into photography in the first place, and ever since I've started this hobby, my photography has developed and branched outside of solely BJDs, which is something I've come to really enjoy, as well as make me want to enhance and broaden my knowledge in photography. And also sewing. I've always been big in fashion, so ever since I got into the hobby I've always wanted to get into sewing, and I'm finally getting into that. And I feel that will not only explore my creativity in styles fashion wise, but also in how I express my dolls through clothing, because I'm a firm believer that clothes and fashion is a sense of expression. And that's probably what I'll be focusing on for the rest of the year, my photography and my sewing. Next question, 6. Where do you buy your BJD items from? When I first started, I was all about Den of Angels. I bought everything on Den of Angels. And now it's either secondhand on Instagram or on Etsy. However, I'm trying to branch away from buying and go more towards creating my own items. Whether it be clothes, eyes, wigs. I would eventually like to branch out and just be a jack of all trades in the BJD hobby. Number 7. Do you have a certain style you like for your BJDs? I don't feel like I have a certain style for my BJDs. I myself have a pretty eclectic style, so I really like to dress and style all my girls differently, and it's kind of a little bit of all my random styles evoked onto them, but I feel like it's more fun to have all your dolls in different styles as opposed to looking so similar. It's a good way to explore your creativity, for me anyways, through different types of fashion and just different types of characters if they're all a little bit different. Number 8. What size BJD do you prefer / have the most? I have the most MSDs. At one point they were SDs, but now they're MSDs. So I feel like I prefer MSDs more. They're not as big as SDs. They're a little bit more easier to handle. I feel like they have a lot more variety when it comes to clothing you can buy. And all around with my experience with SDs, they're just a little bit easier. But I do plan on getting a few more SDs. I think my MSDs will probably outweigh my SDs though. Next question, number 9. Do you have more male or female dolls? Why? As you can see behind me, I have all females right now. At one point I did have 2, well, a boy and a boy head and a girl. So at one point boys kind of did outweigh girls. Now I have all girls. And why? I just feel like it's easier for me to connect with girls when it comes to styling and how I want them to look appearance wise. I do want to get at least an SD and an MSD boy at some point to help branch out with my sewing, as well as just for the sheer fact that I did like having at least one boy. A couple pictures were always so much fun to do. So at some point I will probably get a couple boys, but it will most likely always be girl dominated for sure. Next question, 10. Tell us a little bit about one of your dolls. This question I found a little bit difficult because my dolls don't really have much backstory behind them right now. But let's see. My minifee Celine used to be, her character was shelled from a little fee Des. And my minifee Mia was actually originally supposed to be a bunny character, but that changed. And yeah, not much to say with this question. Next, have you ever sold a doll? Why or why not? I've actually sold 3 dolls. I've sold my Crowy doll, Eyes, I was never sure how you pronounce that. I sold my little fee Des, and I've sold my minifee Luca head, as well as a old B-line minifee body. And I just didn't quite connect with them as much as I was hoping I would, and so I sold them, and the result was basically my collection now. Next question. Where do you go to connect to other BJD collectors? My main platform is Instagram. Since I'm into photography, Instagram is where you will find me. I don't post all the time there, but I definitely post the most. And I have to say, I have no complaints about Instagram, and I have met some pretty cool people on there and have become friends with them. So if you want to talk, connect, find me on Instagram. Next question, number 13. Do you tell anyone about your BJDs, or is it more private? I mean, that's not the first thing I tell people about me, but it isn't a secret that I collect these dolls at all either. I used to post pictures of them all over my Facebook, as well as people who I know who might follow me on Instagram obviously realize all I post is dolls. But like I said, it's not one of the first things I throw out there about myself, but it also isn't a secret that I have these dolls. And the people who actually find out about them usually think it's pretty cool and different, which I don't mind. Next question. 13. Oh, 14. How old are you? Probably the easiest question on this list. I am 28, turning 29 in November. 15. What is your Grail doll? My Grail doll, like ultimate, I'll probably never get ever Grail doll, is a Soul Doll Suntan Queena. When that girl came out with her default face up, it was like, I'm in love, you are stunning. And at one point, I wanted to pair her with a Sundia boy, which would have been amazing, but that sculpt, even in normal skin now, is out of stock. They don't sell her, and so finding her tan will be an impossible mission, and it will probably never happen. So I have two more questions that was asked on Instagram. Another one that was asked by another friend of mine, Dolls of Lace, was, tell us about your peeves, BJD peeves. My biggest BJD peeve, I would have to say, which is actually pretty common, is eyes. I can spend an hour plus trying to position my doll's eyes. If they're not perfect, it's the most annoying thing ever. When looking at dolls and their eyes are wonky or cross-eyed or just don't look like they fit in the eye hole right, it's a bummer. I feel like good position eyes really can make a photo and really help the doll connect with its audience. So that's definitely one thing. Wigs that are too high up, I feel like maybe I put mine a little too low, but I definitely don't like a lot of forehead. I don't really have too many peeves, just kind of basics right now as I kind of get back into the hobby. I'm sure as I delve deeper in, they will become more. And last question is by my other friend at Cloudburst Dolls. She asked, who's your favorite? I have to say I don't quite have a favorite. I have favorites different times, just depending. It's probably whoever can capture my attention best with my camera. They are probably my favorite at the moment, which right now will probably be my Reese, who was actually the winner of the Ride or Die tag. But She is amazing. I honestly love how all my dolls have evolved over the years. So I can't really say I have a favorite. And that's it. That's all the questions. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And I'm really going to try and keep up with making videos to try and help me stay focused on goals I would like to achieve, as well as stay on track with ideas I have in mind. So in saying that, I guess I'll see you guys later, and you guys have a great day. Love you, and until next time, bye.